There's an extra step. We set it up today with an what's called I think it's an RMTP server. So we had to do it
Mm,
slightly differently. We'll talk through that soon.
got it.
But all right, hello and welcome to Not Replaced Yet Office Hours, your daily dose of AI, automation, marketing, dev, and whatever else is shaking up the future of work. We are live every day at 4 p.m. Weekdays. And as this community grows, we want to hear from you. So drop your questions in the chat and think of us as your personal tech consultants. My name is Nick Bushkar. I'm here with my brother Jesse, and we are building something here with Not Replaced Yet, and you can be a part of it. Please like, subscribe, share, and head over to notreplacedyet.ai to join the email list. Email list. Early adopters will get something special. Stay tuned. Jesse, how's it going? How's your mobile today? I see a seatbelt on. Are you
Yeah,
being safe?
I'm driving. I'm only hitting about 70, but the cruise control is no. Sitting still in a parking lot. I had to take my son to piano, and so he is Beethovening it out at uh,
Nice.
at his piano lesson, and I'm just hanging out until it's time to pick him up. So I thought it'd be a good time to jump into office hours and dig into all the things that have been happening in the last 24 hours. I don't know. Every time I wake up, I read my news feed and I'm like, well, it's a new world, like all sorts of new things that come
Every
to light,
day.
right? Yeah, for sure. Well, the stuff that I had queued up on that note was around the imminent release of OpenAI's new, possibly a couple new models. So, have you been tracking this? You've probably seen a headline or two, but is this something
Well,
that
I've
that
seen
you're really
O3,
into?
full O3 and O4 mini. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah,
O4
yeah.
mini.
Well, so so a few weeks ago, I'm guessing like 3, 4 weeks ago, Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, said in a tweet, he said, change of plans, basically. They're going to release O3 full and O4 mini in the coming weeks, and they're going to release they're pushing out the GPT-5 launch because previous to that, the plans that they had released was that they were going to switch up. DeepSeek launched their world-changing model and caused everybody to revisit their plans. And so OpenAI rushed the release of GPT 4.5, and then which was reportedly incredibly expensive to run, which is something that happens when you rush the release and you haven't fully optimized for scaled usage, right? And so 4.5 was kind of launched without much fanfare. And then they did this really crazy, unexpected 4.0 update with image editing and drastically enhanced intelligence in 4.0. And then again, fast forward to a few weeks ago, they say, you know what, we're not going to launch GPT-5 in, whatever he said shortly after that. So let's call that a month. He said, we're going to punt out that for a little while longer because it's been harder to hybridize all these models into one, which if anyone was watching episode 1, I mentioned Claude 3.7 is the first fully hybrid model that OpenAI is kind of chasing. I think that's an interesting story without a lot of fanfare reporting just yet. But 4.5 was live, 5.0 is now punted, and they're going to release two. And there's another step to this story which catches us up to present tense, but they're going to release two of the reasoning models, the chain of thought, where it talks to itself after you send your initial prompt. Better for some things, not as good for others. But uh, and so then we get to today, and I read this headline from a fairly respectable, with my quick research and previously correct kind of watchdog in this space and maybe insider in this space. They said they're going to release GPT 4.1, and then they've seen indications. They were showing screenshots that developers have found references to two versions of I'm sorry, O4, which would be the successor to the O3 model. They're going to release O3 full, O4 mini, and O4 mini high performance, which that would mimic the um, the O3 naming conventions. So
Sure.
all of that jargon, right? All of that like O's and fours and numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
The reason I track that closely is because OpenAI, to my mind, my eye, is still the standard bearer of the front line of this wave. And so when they're releasing new models, everyone else has the tone set. Not quite as drastically as like when Google changes their algorithms, does Bing, and everyone else. Drop my phone. And so I just find it really important to track the decision making and the features that they're not just releasing, but advertising. And then the only last little caveat I saw today was there was new. You may have seen this. I think you track benchmarks more than I do. There was a new mystery model in one of the leaderboard arenas called Quasar Alpha, I think. Did you hear
Yeah,
anything
Quasar
about that
Alpha.
today?
Yeah. I saw that pop up a couple days
So,
ago, and that's
so
it's
super.
interesting. And I still don't know. I haven't seen if they've figured out who is building it yet.
So the piece that I was served up, I do not know that this is true or not, but it suggested that some of the naming conventions inside of the code snippets that they were able to see were OpenAI coherent. And so
Yeah.
the thought was maybe that this is a 4.0, I'm sorry, an O4 model, one of these new models that that OpenAI is about to release.
I'm looking
I
here
think
at the
there's like,
speculation on Reddit. And
hmm,
I mean, people are the way that people are talking about it, it's a similar manner. It's either OpenAI or Google.
or
It has to
Gemini,
be a
right?
big
Yeah.
company because not many of them can serve so many tokens for free.
Oh yeah.
And then there's also, I mean, a DeepSeek variant. Grok has done it once too. Um, and alpha is a word with deep mind flavor, but Sam Altman is famously a troll, so question mark. And
It's
you know,
also
that's
used in software development broadly. So like, you know,
yeah. And
um,
there is a website, but I don't know if it's legit. I don't
like a
know.
Quasar
No,
Alpha
this isn't.
website.
No, this is not legitimate.
Hmm. I mean, what it made me think of, and I think it was just word association with the letter Q, was Q Star. Q Star a year ago
Yeah.
um, when Sam was fired and then was subsequently brought back and
Oh
returned.
yeah. I forgot about that. Like
That was
I
when
like
Q.
memory hold
That
the
was
whole Sam firing thing.
the news moves fast, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, QStar was the model that they said actually synthetic data was going to be able to start compounding the intelligence. And then
Yeah.
Quasar Alpha, I think just word association, nothing more than that. But that's where my head went. But
All
a
right.
million token context window, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I
Like
saw.
a million token context window, which is a Gemini hallmark. But I don't know. I don't know. So curious that all of this rumor mill around OpenAI and then the marketing brain um, goes to like this is a game of daily PR one-upsmanship because so much of what the world is talking about becomes the truth, like whether that's investment dollars you're seeking or whatever. And so like I don't know, OpenAI had cornered the AI news out the gate. They were first movers in the big sense of the word. They were you know, like DeepSeek took over their, kicked over their sandcastle, and Claude took the mic from them. And Google is trying to take the mic from them, and Elon is certainly trying to take the mic from them with Grok. And so I'm tracking OpenAI's evolving PR approach to this because how they message it is extremely purposeful. Lots of smart people with lots of incentives to win. And so they're messaging this strategically. And so like when we look at their strategy, we can understand some of the motivation and some of the things behind the scenes. So anyway, that's a big brain dump about this moment in time where we've got some impending drops that will, I mean, and I'm like, it's happening faster, which maybe I shouldn't be surprised about, but like, I'm not over how smart the newest models are. I'm still very impressed. A few months ago, I'd be like, yeah, it's about time for a new model, just like my phone. About time for a new phone. It's been a year,
Yeah.
and I'm going to have to wait another one. But the model's dropping so fast now and so much growth. It's really a crazy pace. I don't know.
Uh,
Thoughts on all of that?
I don't have much to say about it other than I'm excited for it, right? I'm excited that it's like you're saying, there's this daily there's a marketing push and then the technical push, and there's this daily one-upsmanship that's going on. I like that sort of framing around it. It's true. They're always each company is trying to move forward. Like Claude dropped their expanded offering the other day where you can pay 100 or 200 bucks a month for way more services.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like each and Google's pushing, like Google's in a mode of like they're trying to catch up and become the leader, in my opinion. And so like I'm
yeah.
really excited about what Google's doing. So no, I don't have a ton really to say much more about it. I'm interested and I'm excited for when the new models drop because better is better. That's pretty straightforward, right?
Better, better.
Um, so no, on my end, we did drop our new AI commercial today. That's a thing that
Yeah.
Jesse, you and I, we decided a week ago we were going to do this AI video challenge, and things took a little turn, and we're going to work it in a different way. But so more so than just like saying, "Oh, we dropped this AI commercial." What it was I had the idea of for a personal injury lawyer, and it kind of got a little crazy. There's explosions. Please check it out. It's on all the socials:
Well,
YouTube,
let's.
YouTube
Can
Shorts,
you want to send
Instagram,
it? Like,
TikTok.
why don't you share it now? Share it while
Um,
we're on here. What you think?
we could share it. I don't know if the audio will come through. Um,
When you hit share, there should be
let's
an audio option. Let's try it. Let's test to see if we
let's
can. You
try it
know.
out. We'll see.
Yeah. Because did you make a version? I watched your version 2 days ago. I think. Did you do any edits since then? Because I haven't watched it today.
There might be one or two small things. Nothing really.
Cool.
Hold on. I don't know. We're gonna see if
If it doesn't work, it's posted on all the channels,
all
y'all.
the channels. You can see the video here.
Got the video.
Sometimes life can knock you down, spill your drink or spin you round. You might get bruised, you might feel sore, but that's what injury lawyers are for. We'll be there when things go wrong with a helping hand and a legal song. From slips to trips and accidents too, we're Baxter and Lane here for you.
Baxter and Lane are not legally listed, but have been called legal warlocks in at least 3 Yelp reviews. If you've been injured by a car, a bear, a ghost, or a sentient vending machine, call now. Side effects may include excessive justice, courtroom pyroteknics, and involuntary air guitar. We want to gravity and one. All consultations come with a complimentary screen into the void. Do not feed Lane after midnight. If you're a thunder, it's probably Baxter objecting to reality. Baxter and Lane, you bring the pain, we bring the gain.
And you had to read that really fast.
Right? Yeah, exactly. No, that was 11
If you're a thunder,
laps.
it's probably Baxter objecting to reality.
Yeah.
The voiceover was 11 labs, and then I doubled the speed, or maybe 2.5x the speed inside CapCut.
Yep.
I just like if you've been if you've been injured by a sentient vending machine, call now. Let's see. All right. Yeah. So every single piece of content in there was created by AI. Essentially, the path was I sort of brainstormed with ChatGPT about the type of commercial I wanted to create, and then I had this idea in my head for the '90s sitcom, and so I used ChatGPT to create all the still images. Then I storyboarded out the order. I built that. What I would do in the future is actually build it out in CapCut, where I'd take the images and actually like extend them and sort of think through the actual video and imagine like the motion there. And then I used Suno for the theme song, and Suno is really great. And I mean, honestly, that took like 2 iterations, and it like popped up that version, and it was great. I mean, it sounds like exactly like a '90s theme song.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then yeah, I switched back and forth between Runway and Kling as my image to video creator. And then that took some trial and error. I definitely would do things differently in the future. But it was cool to see. It was interesting to see the differences between them because each of them have their pros and cons. And there were certain things, like one thing I found is neither can make people slip and fall. It's just like not possible. The most interesting thing I could get there was people purposefully laying down, but could not get
You know
people to
what?
just.
When you told me that, a couple things came to mind. One is the full wine glass issue. Do you know that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like, previous to ChatGPT's recent image upgrade, you could not render with AI a wine glass that was overflowing. And the reason, kind of the hypothesis, but also it's pretty reliably the way it works, is that there's just no images that it scraped that had a full wine glass, because you just don't take pictures of wine glasses that are overflowing at any scale, right? It's just the example wine glass always has the right pour, and that's in stock photos and brand websites and e-com and everything. And so slip and fall surprised me, because there's a lot of slip and fall stock photos. And having built injury lawyer websites, I know this. There's injury lawyer websites have a ton of slip and fall victim stock photo shots, like dudes on the ground, like looking up with pain in their eyes, is a class of image that is broadly out there. And so it's surprising that wouldn't happen. So, then, I mean, I'd be curious, maybe we do an episode on this, but like prompting, like how you chose to prompt. I couldn't get wine
Yeah.
spillage. We work with wine clients, so I do a lot of wine imagery, but like that was something that was stood out to me, but really awesome. Like really
We've
great.
got a comment from Brittany. If you have
Okay.
time, will you talk about how you made the injury lawyers commercial? Brittany, I hope I covered it for you a bit, but if you have any more specific questions, please ask. And then also, so my original intention, I will say this, is that I was going to document that process. I did not capture what I wanted to capture while I was creating it. And so I'm definitely going to do this again. I'm kind of brainstorming right now the type of video and what it is that I actually want to create there. And then I mean, we will be launching like different tutorial videos around this type of content. And so I know you're working on one and in sort of your own iteration yourself. And so we'll definitely be launching that in the near-ish future, potentially next week, maybe the following week. And so that's definitely to come. Oh, Jesse, did I lose you? Well, I may have lost Jesse, but I think that really does cover everything for today. We have the new models coming out from OpenAI. We have secret models, Quasar Alpha. Yeah, Jesse dropped. And then please check out the fun AI commercial that we dropped today. And I think that's good for today. I do want to say once again, please, we are building here something at Not Replaced Yet. So please like, subscribe, share, and head over to notreplacedyet.ai to join the email list. Again, early adopters will get something special. You have to stay tuned to find out what that is. And we'll talk soon.